a lot of the harm that happens is a spin out of bad communication, a spin out of lack of understanding. And I don't mean I don't mean we should be soft with people. It's understanding, it's trying to understand what's going on so we can get to the root of it. So I just want to say that there's an edge in communities. He said leadership, someone did, and yet we don't respect authority in this community. Globally. This community globally does not respect authority, period. So when we say we don't respect authority, but then we look for leadership and we're trying to address harm, we're in a really difficult situation because we don't actually have anyone authorized to address the situation. We just have these random committees that are not equipped to deal with the emotional situations. So I'm just saying, like, that's some of the paradox we're dealing with. We don't want authority, we need leadership, and sometimes it takes almost like aggressive authoritarianism to step in between harm and the people that are being harmed. So we have to do better. If we don't want people to be harmed, we have to learn how to have that strength to protect people without requiring it to be an aggressive protection. So we're still figuring that piece out. We're kind of stuck right now, I feel like. That's my personal opinion. I'm gonna pass it to River. He's got something to say.
Thanks, Pico. I think that's extremely relevant, especially now in these times. And you know, we're very new in coming together. We've only been on the land basically since September, but we spent the first 6 months, even before we got to the land, working together with a number of the members to come together to create a living agreements that would help to govern things in a way, and everybody who's coming into our circle is around freedom, actually, sovereignty, and many things in that reality. So there's a commonality there, and I think what was coming up for me around the sense of leadership, it's so loaded that everybody has a different interpretation and relationship with leadership, good and bad and ugly. And what I always feel is common is vision. It's like, and it's not a ship, because you know we're not out at sea. Like a leadership, it denotes that we're all kind of on this thing together, and someone needs to lead it to get somewhere. I think when there's a common vision, and people can get more refined in what that is and be a part of creating that vision, then they have a buy-in, an active contribution to that, and they hold that as the guiding light of what we're doing together, rather than, in a lot of cases, running away from something else. A lot of communities, I feel, have come around from running away from something else, rather than creating something new. And that's what we strive to do, is create to clarify a vision with our members, so they understand their role and position in that. And then there's all the other things that are getting set up in the living agreements on a more practical level to have some governance in there. But it's a living agreement, so it's open to change, and that makes it a dynamic thing. And it's called living agreements, not to tell people how to live, but that it's alive, and it doesn't get entrenched as much in our old belief systems, because we're aspiring for a vision that's something that we know innately that we can achieve, but we just lost in terms of how to get there, because the ship left the shore and we got stuck out at sea, and now it's about returning to the land again and in our own sovereignty. So I just wanted to share that little insight. Thank you.